worst case is that you get only partial fulfillment. The customer gets annoyed and upset because they don't have a solution, and you have to carry the financial damage that may totally destroy your whole profit of a given deal.
Raphael, and thank you so much for joining us to yet another episode. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
So today, I'd like to start with a topic that, to be honest, is a bit frustrating to me, you know? So every VAR we talk to always says their systems are connected, CRM, ERP, BI, and then you sit down with one of the ops teams for like 20 minutes or so, and the whole picture kind of falls apart. So what's really happening there?
Well, it's a great question. Real integration is really difficult. I mean, it's not just about the pipes that connect one system to the other. It's about the data, the data that flows, the data that resides in each different system. For example, if you have account in the CRM, how is it reflected as an account in the ERP? Is it the same? Is it not the same? If you have a catalog in the ERP, how is it reflected in the quoting tools? So people indeed try to integrate, but it's not as easy as it sounds. And at the end of the day, the integration doesn't really work or doesn't work as well as expected. And as a result, you have silos inside the companies between CRM, ERP, external systems, and other functions or business functions that exist.
So I understand basically people stop trusting the data, and while that happens, decisions are still being made. Just on information, nobody really stands behind.
Correct. For example, if you're working in a quoting tool that is integrated or resides within the CRM, right, and you have a quote with a part number, the part number needs to reside in the ERP system. Does it reside? Does it not reside? How do you know? I mean, it becomes very messy situation, and people are trying to work around it and create manual processes that augment the integration processes, and it delays everything. It takes time. It consumes or wastes resources. It's a bit of a problem that we see almost for any reseller. Yeah.
I think the response will probably be VAR ops leaders will say they handle this. It's annoying, though manageable. But you call it growth killer, so make that case to someone who doesn't really understand the full picture.
I think, again, it's the issue of the theory versus reality. The situation is oftentimes declared as integrated, but when you want to move fast, when you want to provide, for example, very fast response to your customers with a quote, and all of a sudden the part numbers don't appear in the ERP, and you need to run circles around the whole situation, create workarounds. All that slows down pretty significantly, and the theoretical integration breaks down very quickly.
3 days to produce a number for your board. We've seen that happen, and it is kind of painful to watch, to be honest. Not because the CFO was doing something wrong, but because those underneath systems are not giving them what they need.
Indeed, it's again a problem of what we call the pipelines, right? The connectivity between systems,
right?
And the quality of the data. Okay, so for example, if you have a CRM system and you have an opportunity and you want to work on forecasting, are the opportunities accurate? Are they reflect the correct amounts? Do they reflect the correct timing of payment? Do they reflect the correct recurring revenue? So that's one area. Then you have the quoting tools that are integrated or reside within the CRM. Again, they have financial data. Is it the same or not the same? Does it match what you have in other systems? The ERP and the accounting and the sales ordering management and purchase ordering management has a different view. So how do we reconcile all of that without proper integration that not only has a strong infrastructure of the pipelines, but also has very strong match and a high level of reliability between the same entities that appear in different systems, right? The sales order may exist in the CRM. The same sales order may exist in the ERP. Is it really the same? Is it equivalent? Is it the same amount? Is it accurate? And Because they're not, it creates major issues in trying to create a financial reporting or operational reporting for executive and board level. Yeah.
And it's not just internal systems. What about everything that's coming from the outside?
Oh, that's even a bigger issue, okay? Why? Because theoretically, as a VAR, I can control my CRM, I can control my ERP, I have an IT department, and so on and so forth. But as a VAR, I deal a lot with external systems, whether it's a supplier like Ingram or TD Synnex, or it's a vendor like Cisco or HP, right? And why do I have to deal with those systems? First of all, if you look at, let's say, the quoting process, I get a quote from the supplier with the proper cost, okay? I then, as a VAR, at the end of the process, once I get an order from my customer, I enter an order into the supplier ERP itself, right? So now I have the same animal appears in many different locations. Is it the same? Did all the items go through? Is it the same cost? Is it the same price? Yes, no. Another example might be maintenance contracts. I, as a VAR, need to maintain my maintenance contracts with the end customer. So I have a copy of the maintenance contract at the asset level. The vendor or the supplier have their own copy. Is it the same? Is it not the same? We're talking about huge amount of data. There may be millions of records for each VAR that are spread between different systems inside the VAR and different systems that are managed and operated by the supplier or by the vendor. And this is an issue. This is a challenge. Not only a connectivity issue, but accuracy issue, right? Do I have the same information? Is it accurate? How do I reconcile? How do I handle exceptions? It's pretty messy if you don't have the right tools in place.
So you win the deal, but you lose all the profit, and the sales have no idea because from their perspective, they did everything right.
It may end up like that, right? I mean, if you missed an item in a sales order or in a purchase order, and you uploaded a purchase order into the supplier system without some of the items, number one, it can create delays. Number two, so that's maybe the best case, there is a delay. The worst case is that you get only partial fulfillment. The customer gets annoyed and upset because they don't have a solution, and you have to carry the financial damage that may totally destroy your whole profit of a given deal. So having a synchronized system in terms of both the pipelines and the quality of the data is critical for a successful VAR operation, both internal, between the systems, and the silos that are represented by the distributor or the supplier. This is a critical element in ensuring smooth operations.
Sounds like something technology should have solved by now. So where does AI get in the picture?
Yeah, in theory, standard technology should have addressed that. But in reality, there is a lot of garbage. Garbage in, garbage out, right? And historical data that is misaligned and so on kills the whole process. Using AI, one of the challenges that can be addressed is the synchronization of the data and cleansing the data and improve the quality of the data between the different systems. Both internal systems like CRM, ERP, and so on for the VAR, quoting, and external systems like contract management, sales order management, purchase order management, catalog management. I mean, tons of systems that AI can help you reconcile and understand the differences and suggest solutions on how to fix data on either side in order to match the correct or make sure that you have a matching entities between the various systems, especially external ones.
So let's say you walk in a room with VAR Ops leaders. What are the two questions you will find yourself asking them?
I think the first, one question for internal system, one question for external system, right? So for internal, the question is how well is your, let's say, quote to cash operation, right? That requires integration between CRM, ERP, quoting. How well does it function? Do you have issues there? Do you have delays there? Yes, no, how much? Is the quality of the data sufficient and so on? That's one question. The other question is about external system. How well are you integrated with the various sources of information that you use from suppliers, such as Ingram, TD SYNNEX, or vendors such as Cisco, HP, IBM, and Dell, and so on? How well are you coordinated? How well is your catalog synchronized? How well is your quoting synchronized? How well is your purchase order and sales order process synchronized? How well is your rebate process synchronized? All of those questions are critical for a successful operation, and oftentimes we'll see that the theory looks much better than reality, and there is a lot to be done in terms of improving the quality and improving the connectivity between the systems.
This whole idea of system integrity being a real business issue, not just an IT thing, like something that actually affects how you scale, raise money, or even trust your own numbers. You know, Raphael, this was truly an important one. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.